Very good morning, dear children. Dear children, we started chapter 3 of geography, which is drainage. And we talked about what is drainage basin. Then we discussed that there are major two groups. Indian rivers are divided into major two groups. So they are Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. We have done the comparison. We talked about the Himalayan rivers. Fine. We talked about the Indus river system, the Ganga river system, and the Brahmaputra river system. Fine, children. So today we are going to talk about the peninsular rivers. Fine, children. So, peninsular rivers. Now, from the name itself, it is clear that peninsular rivers they are, you know, in the peninsula area, in the plateau area, you can say. Fine. So, the main water divide here is the Western Ghat. Fine. So, Western Ghats, you all know, they run from north to south, very close to the western coast of India. Fine. And what are the major rivers? The major rivers are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. Now, these rivers they flow towards the east direction. Fine, and they drain into the Bay of Bengal. Fine, they are making deltas at their mouths, and there are many streams also flowing towards the opposite direction, means the west direction of the Western Ghats. Now there are only two long rivers, Narmada and Tapi, which are flowing towards the west direction, means opposite to all others, and they are making estuaries here. Fine. Now children, see, if you talk about the drainage basin of the peninsular rivers, so you can compare it with the Himalayan rivers. So the basin is very small in size as compared to the Himalayan rivers. You have seen the course of Himalayan rivers was long. Fine. Now we will start with the first river, which is the Narmada river. Narmada basin we are talking about. Now, what is the origin of Narmada River? So, it is rising in the Amarkantak Hills, which is in Madhya Pradesh, children. Fine. And it is flowing towards the west direction. Narmada Tapi, I told you, they are flowing towards the west direction. Fine. And it is flowing to a rift valley, which is made out of faulting. Fine. Then it goes to the sea. Find the Arabian Sea drains out there. Now, when it is draining out in the Arabian Sea, it is making so many beautiful, picturesque locations. Like children, I'll show you at the last of the slide I have. So, for example, it is making marble rocks. See, children. So, these are marble rocks. Fine. It is near Jabalpur, and it is flowing through deep gorges, and it is making Dhauladhar Falls. Here it is, Dhuadhar Falls, sorry. It is making a picturesque location. So this way these rivers are making, I mean Narmada is making a beautiful locations. Fine. Now see, after that, all the tributaries of Narmada, they are very short, and most of them are joining the mainstream at the right angles. Fine. Then children, the Narmada basin is covering MP and Gujarat, and if you talk about the tributaries, they are Shakar, Tawa, Hiran and Kolar. Fine. Then comes the Tapi basin. Fine, children. Again, Tapi, it is rising in the Satpura ranges in the Madhya Pradesh. Fine, you can see from where it is originating. Fine, it is in the Betul district of Madhya Pradesh, and it is also flowing towards the Rift Valley. Fine, it is flowing parallel to Narmada River. Fine, but its length is shorter. And if you talk about the basin, it is covering MP, Gujarat, Maharashtra. And the tributaries are Girna, Purna, Panzara, Bori. These are the tributaries. Fine. Now the coastal plains between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea, they are narrow. We have done it before also. So the coastal rivers are also short. Fine. So the main west flowing rivers here are Sabarmati, Mahi, Bharatpuzha and Periyar. Fine. Now children, next comes the Godavari basin, the Godavari river. Fine. Now it is the largest peninsular river. If you talk about the peninsular rivers, if you compare them with the Himalayan rivers, so this is the largest peninsular river. Fine. It rises from where it is rising, originating Western Ghats in the Nashik district of Maharashtra. Its length is 1500 kilometers. Fine. And where it is draining out, you can see from the arrow itself, Bay of Bengal. Fine. And see, its drainage basin is the largest among all the peninsular rivers. Fine. Now what states it's covering? Maharashtra, MP, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh is the basin area. Odisha, the Godavari is joining number of tributaries, children. So check out the tributaries: Purna, Vardha, Pranhita, Manjra, Vainganga, Penganga. Fine. The last three tributaries are very large, and because of their length, the area covering by this, it is known as Dakshin Ganga. So Dakshin means south direction, and Ganga, Dakshin Ganga. This river is called Dakshin Ganga. Now next is your Mahanadi. See, here it is Western Ghats, and from here it is originating. Can you see? Western Ghats and originating from here. Okay. Now comes your Mahanadi river. It is rising in the highlands of Chhattisgarh, flowing through Odisha, and it is reaching Bay of Bengal, and the length is 860 kilometers. Drainage basin, if you talk about Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, and tributaries, if you talk about Seona, Jong, Hasdo, Man, fine. So they all are there, and you can see Chilka Lake also there. Fine. Krishna basin, children. Fine. So the next river is Krishna. Fine. So from where it is coming out, it is coming out from Mahabaleshwar. Fine. Mahabaleshwar, and it is about 1400 kilometers and reaching the Bay of Bengal. The Tungabhadra, Koyana, Ghat Prabha, these are the tributaries, Musi, Bhima. And if you talk about the basin coverage, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh it is covering. Fine. And then comes the here it is. Krishna river is rising from here and draining out in Bay of Bengal. After that comes the Kaveri basin. So it is coming out from Brahmagiri range of Western Ghats. Fine. And it is reaching Bay of Bengal in the south of Kudalore in Tamil Nadu. Total length is 760 kilometers. Tributaries, children, Amravati, Bhavani, Hemavati, Kabini, and basin coverage, you can see Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Fine. Second biggest waterfall in India is made by this river, which is Jog Fall. Fine. And hydroelectric power is generating from the falls, which is supplied to Mysore, Bengaluru, Kolar Goldfield. So all these places. So besides these major rivers, there are some smaller rivers also that are flowing towards the east, like Damodar, Brahmani, Betarni, Subharnekha. These are all the examples of these rivers, children. Fine. So What are the benefits of a river? So they provide us with fresh water, and we cannot survive without water. They are helpful in irrigation also. Cultivation is possible because of rivers, because all the time you cannot depend on rain. They make the soil rich. Fine. They bring silt with them. They make alluvial soil. Then the estuaries, they are the source of commerce. Fine. So how they are the source of commerce? Because water transport is there. Fine. Then children, for navigation also it is very very important. Fine. Then they are helpful in generating hydroelectricity also. Economic benefits of river: agriculture, it can be used for agricultural use, industrial use. So they are obviously going to contribute in the economy. Hydroelectricity production, it is making the floodplain, it is helping out in inland transportation, and obviously we are using it for the domestic purpose. Fine. So this was all about this module. Thank you and have a nice day.